Liberty cannot be preserved without a general knowledge among the people. Hello, I'm Alan Scholl for the Freedom Project, sponsored by American Opinion Foundation. Welcome to the Principles of the Constitution series. We hope to help you understand the original plan for the government of this great nation as constructed by the Founding Fathers. In this lesson, we're going to concentrate on the concept of limited government. Can you tell me what kind of government the United States has? Is it a democracy, a socialist government, a republic, or a monarchy? Actually, a better question should be, what kind of government is the United States supposed to have? Well, we've been consistently misinformed for many years that we live in a democracy. And yet, you'll not find the word democracy anywhere in the United States Constitution or any of the 50 state constitutions. Do we have a monarchy? No, we don't have a king. Is it a socialist government? No, in a socialist government, the government tries to control every aspect of every human being's life. The correct answer is a republic. The founders were very clear when they established a republic as the form of government for the United States, in which the United States Constitution clearly limits the size and power of government. In America today, government touches nearly every aspect of our lives. It regulates things such as businesses, homes, the economy, and even our health care. Obviously, these regulations affect everyone: grandparents, parents, even children. Benjamin Franklin put it this way: "The ordaining of laws in favor of one part of the nation to the prejudice and oppression of another is certainly the most erroneous and mistaken policy. These measures never fail to create great violent jealousies and animosities between the people favored and the people oppressed." Similar were the sentiments of political philosopher, economist, and creator of the Federalist Party, Alexander Hamilton. "It has been observed that a pure democracy, if it were practicable, would be the most perfect government. Experience has proved that no position is more false than this. Their very character was tyranny." Hamilton was one of America's first constitutional lawyers and author of the Federalist Papers, a primary source document still used for interpretation of the Constitution today. Let's take a step back into the past. Oops, a little too far. Much better. It's 1789 and we're at Constitution Hall in Philadelphia. The delegates of the first 13 states are discussing the replacement of the Articles of Confederation, which had failed after only 2 years. The failed Articles of Confederation were established during the War of Independence. Back to Independence Hall, where the delegates have decided that the best form of government would be a republic for the new America. Despite this decision, even Benjamin Franklin knew a republic, while it would be best for the country, would be tough to keep. The original intent of the republic was to protect the country and handle differences between the states. National government was to be a framework for defense with no more than the minimum power required. The limitations of the Constitution were designed to prevent the massive power and limit the size of government that the founders saw in other nations. The primary author of the Constitution and America's fourth president, James Madison, said, "If we advert to the nature of Republican government, we shall find that the censorial power is in the people over the government and not in the government over the people." The power of the people over the government was the reason and source for the freedom, prosperity, and success of the American people. The change in our society, economy, and the loss of our freedoms today are directly related to the change in our government. The principal author of the Declaration of Independence and America's third president, Thomas Jefferson, warned, "It is incumbent on every generation to pay its own debts as it goes. I predict future happiness for Americans if they can prevent the government from wasting the labors of the people under the pretense of taking care of them. Most bad government results from too much government." Jefferson's words now echo in the realities of today's government. The founders intended to limit government and its powers. Each of our country's 3 branches was created to act in the best interest of the people and not to step on them or their God-given rights. So have you got all that? Let's find out. Question 1. True or false? The Articles of Confederation is used as the current framework for the organization of the United States government. False. Question 2. What form of government did the Founding Fathers select for the United States? A. Socialist, B. Monarchy, C. Democracy, or D. Republic? And the answer is Republic. Question 3. How many times is the word democracy mentioned in the U.S. Constitution? A. None, B. 10 times, C. 100 times, D. Once per article. Democracy is not mentioned at all in the U.S. Constitution. Question 4. A republic form of government is when A. All leaders are required to be Republicans, B. Government oversees all facets of a citizen's life, C. Elected officials represent the people, and D. An elected president has supreme power. A republic is when elected officials represent the people, and the people control the power. Question 5. Who was the primary author of the U.S. Constitution? Was it A. George Washington, B. James Madison, C. John Hancock, or D. Ben Franklin? The correct answer is James Madison. How did you do? Perhaps you learned that you need to know more about your United States Constitution to protect your rights. I'm Alan Scholl for the Freedom Project. Welcome home.